Welcome in. We're live right here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. Happy Tuesday to all of the faithful. And no matter where you are, how you're tuned in, we appreciate you for making today's live show a part of your day. This all of a sudden is a huge week for San Francisco in the NFC and in the NFC West, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. We're going to preview that game, but there is so much to talk about on today's 49ers Report, and we're so happy that all of you are here. Coming up on the docket for this afternoon, that aforementioned Niners-Cardinals preview. That game going down at Levi's Stadium on Sunday on the NFL Week 4 schedule. I told you yesterday that we were going to have this conversation on our live show if you type Chase down in the chat. A lot of you did that, so we're going to have a conversation. Is Brock Purdy a top 5 to 10 quarterback in the National Football League? Could San Francisco trade for a very good cornerback? We'll get into some trade rumors here, and of course, we'll pass along all of the latest Niners news. First, though, shout out your city. Let us know where you're watching from. One of the cool things about hosting this show is seeing people watch the program from literally all across the globe. So let us know where you're at. We'll start to give you some shout outs here. Big Hurt, he's in the building. Henry, SIC, Iman, Faulty Cow, Monsi, Wet Noodle 187. Locations starting to pile in. We have New Mexico, Tacoma, Washington, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Gettysburg, San Diego, Las Vegas, Nevada, Tucson, Arizona, Huntington, West Virginia, Charleston, South Carolina, Florida from Davo, Fresno, California, Spokane, Washington from Wet Noodle, Black Mask is back in the house, Jamie Garcia, Lubbock, Texas, Midland, Texas from DJ Tiny, Florida, Hawaii, South Dakota, the Big Apple, Houston, California from Dave in the Desert, Big Hurt, Richmond, Virginia. I told you it's cool to be hanging out with people all across the world. Make sure you join us on Sunday, NFL Week 4, coming up before we know it, Niners, Cardinals, in what is going to be a huge NFC West game. Arizona Cardinals just beat the Dallas Cowboys, the team that a lot of people thought was going to be the number one team in the NFC and was one of the best teams in the NFL. Arizona said, hold up. Not so fast. And now this game between San Francisco and Arizona does have implications within the NFC West. So that's why you subscribe. You turn on your notifications. Therefore, anytime we go live, you will be notified. Now, here on the 49ers Report, we are approaching 91,000 subscribers. We just had a record-setting month in which 1.5 million people tuned in. And when we have that amount of people watching and our channel grows like we do, we're able to bring on some tremendous new sponsors. We are so excited to bring on Prize Picks as a brand new sponsor here at Chat Sports and on the San Francisco 49ers Report. Easy and exciting daily fantasy. If you use that link down below, prizepicks.com/CLNS. I want everybody right now to type PP down in the chat for Prize Picks. Let's tell you more about it. Daily fantasy sports made easy. Prize Picks, the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in North America. And it is the easiest, most exciting way to play daily fantasy. It's just you against the numbers. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use the code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. For instance, you put in $100, you get $100 back. Instead of battling versus thousands of other players, including pros and sharks, you just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and you place your entry. Prize Picks, the most fun I've had, winning up to 25 times my money this football season so far. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, an enormous selection of players and stat types are what makes Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. And going into Sunday's game at Levi's Stadium, Niners, Cardinals, here are some of the plays that I like right now. With Joshua Dobbs, I'm going less than 188.5 passing yards. Christian McCaffrey, I'm going to go more than 86.5 rushing yards. And for James Conner, considering this Niners rushing defense is so good, less than 55.5 rushing yards. It's daily fantasy made easy. You pick those 2+ players, you choose your more or less, and you're able to get started. I've been playing Prize Picks recently. I have no idea why I waited this long. So one more time, prizepicks.com/CLNS and use the code CLNS for a first deposit match of up to $100. We put that link in the comment section, and we put it in the description of this video. San Francisco, as we continue to talk about this matchup against Arizona, I showed you my Prize Pick selections. How Arizona was able to beat the Dallas Cowboys, 30 rushes, 222 yards for the Cards, 7.4 yards per carry, as they were really able to have their number against the Dallas Cowboys. The Cowboys could not stop Arizona's rushing attack. James Conner, really good in that game. Cardinals were very physical. Arizona this year, 3-0 against the spread. They could have a 3-0 overall record. They've played a lot of their opponents very closely, and the early returns on Jonathan Gannon, pretty damn good up to this point. Arizona number 6 in rushing yards per game and number 3 in rushing DVOA. James Conner averaging 5.2 yards per carry, and Josh Dobbs completing 72% of his passes, not really resulting in a lot of touchdowns, but he's making good decisions with the football. So if you think the Niners will beat the Arizona Cardinals, get those SFs in the chat right now. SFs in the chat.
Spam it up.
Spam it up. We have New York Knicks now just screaming in my ear behind me.
Unbelievable.
Type those SFs. Olive Oil is in the house. What's good, Olive Oil? Good to see you once again, one of our Super Chat MVPs. He's typing SF. Henry SF, Oliver Leach, Money Gang, Russell, Wet Noodle, Dominic, Ken Dowsland, Dave in the Desert, Deporte, Cindy, Ed Snyder, Tyler Bond, Iman Tobin, Killahana Ray, EC, B-Side 86, all going SF. Now, as part of the show as well, I want to have this conversation. Where does Brock Purdy rank among all quarterbacks in the National Football League? Is he a top 5 quarterback? Is he a top 10 quarterback in the NFL? I am going to release my quarterback rankings on today's show to see where Purdy ranks among all quarterbacks in the league. And why we're discussing this subject matter. Well, Purdy has been really successful since becoming the starter of the Niners. He's yet to lose a regular season game. 8-0. Nate Burleson, former NFL wide receiver, now on NFL on CBS, said that Purdy right now might be a top 5, top 10 quarterback. And the Niners, with Purdy as their starter, have averaged 30 points per game. So let's open up the floor and ask you, where does Purdy rank among all 32 starters in the NFL? That is today's poll question. Sound off with what you think down below. And we'll start to give you some more shout-outs here. Iman, top 5. Foldy Cal, top 5. Tacky Wacky, I like that name. Top 5. B-Dog said number 8. Oliver Leach and Foldy Cal, top 5 as well. Foxy Steady, top 10. Davo, number 8. Cindy Phillips, top 5. Tammy Ram, top 5. Danny, top 10. Death Wish, top 5. All right, as I said, I'll release my quarterback rankings here in a bit. Our Super Chat menu for today's show, coming at you live on the Niners Report on this lovely Tuesday. $5, I'll give you a Niner mug cheers. $10, your initials on the Niner helmet. And that'll also go to first-time Super Chatters who also go on the Niner helmet. $20 Super Chat, we're getting ripped. We'll do 20 push-ups. $50, I will do a Toby Willis helmet bong. And for a $100 donation, you become an exclusive member of the Gold Mine Hall of Fame. We have 291 people rocking with us so far. Only 63 likes. Are you kidding me, faithful? San Francisco! Make sure you hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. I see Rick Nyers is in the chat. Olive Oil is here. Chewalure is also here. A lot of the OGs and everybody who watched the show is an absolute real one. But if you're a real one, show me. Hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. More likes that we get, the more people who come in here, and it's going to be an absolute blast. Olive Oil getting us started with a $20 super chat. I will do those 20 push-ups after our first segment. Olive Oil, one of our super chat MVPs and one of the OGs. I love his profile picture, too. Deebo Samuel in that icy visor, throwing up the strength emoji. I'm not sure why Olive Oil's profile picture isn't showing through the system, but Olive Oil, everybody throw up the double O's for the real one right there. Appreciate that. B-Dog with the 10. Just like that, we're up to $30 in super chats. Make some KFC out of those birds. Yeah, got to take down the Arizona Cardinals. This can't be a trap game, and I don't think it is going to be a trap game for San Francisco. A preview coming up, so obviously more thoughts on that here in a bit. But you have 10 days to prepare. You saw Arizona beat the Dallas Cowboys. They've been feisty so far. You can't go down in this football game. So, B-Dog and Olive Oil, 2 gold stickers to go on our Miner helmet. And it also goes to first-time super chatters as well. We got past 100 likes. The official show is about to begin. Cheers to all of you out there. And let's talk some Niners football here. 3 segments on the docket. The best San Francisco 49ers content that you'll find here on YouTube. Really excited to dive into it all. Oliver Leach, Big Hurt, Norris Taylor, Steve Marshall, and Kenny all showing love to Olive Oil. B-Dog showing love to you as well. All right, the official show live on the San Francisco 49ers Report as Rick Nyers and Black Mask. 2 more $20 super chats. That's 60 push-ups that we're going to have to do here on the show. Rick Nyers, Black Mask. Many people have become familiar with those guys being absolute legends here on the show, as well as Olive Oil. At one point or another, they've actually all been Super Chat MVPs. Why are the profile pictures not showing up? Very weird. Rick, here's Rick. $20. We need to go out and get Hunter from the Vikings. Daniil Hunter, he's talking about Super Bowl, here we come. And then Black Mask with the 20. To my Niner fam, I watched Senior Chase on the Eagles Chat Sports last night. I just want to say that the Niner faithful, we are the best. More subscribers, more donations. Best team in the NFL, on the field and in here. Look, when you rank the Niners Report among all channels at Chat Sports, it's one of the most successful. And I have a blast hosting the show. I literally wake up every single day, and I'm blessed to go to work every single day. To be able to chop it up with the faithful, to have the platform that I have here at Chat Sports is incredible. Black Mask, thanks for being a good sport, understanding that I am chasing the dream and doing my dream job right now. And I'm covering the NFL. Does not get any better than that. So appreciate that. You know what I'm going to do here, Chip? We have to do 60 push-ups. I'm going to knock out 20 right now. And what I want everybody to do, if you're subscribed to the channel, just type me in the chat, and producer Chip is going to start to give you some shout-outs here. I'm going to knock out 20 of these push-ups, and then we'll get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,
Oliver Leach,
11, 12,
who else we got?
13, 14,
KD
15,
Cuts,
16,
Tammy
17,
Ram, Harold,
18,
Rick Nyers.
19, 20. All right.
Woo! Knocking them out.
That's
Knocking
20.
them out.
We'll do the next 40. It's just like that. We're up to $70 in Super Chats. That's incredible. I didn't expect it to be a large Super Chat day, but as you know, here on the Niners Report, we're never scared because we don't live our lives scared here on the show. So we're going to start off with talking about a potential trade for a cornerback and a stud corner who could be on the market. And then we're also, in our first segment, going to relay the latest San Francisco 49ers injury news. Continue to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. And the Niners Report live on this fine Tuesday with Jake Chipper, yours truly, Chase Sr., begins right now. Oh. Here, you can just redo that intro. I'm not sure what the bug was. This studio is being hella buggy today. Killing us. I mean, We want to be able to show the beautiful face of Rick Nyers. We want to show off Olive Oil's tremendous profile picture. Black Mask, we can't see his profile picture either. What the hell's going on? You want to try again with that intro? Yeah, let's try it again. See, this is the beauty of doing the show live. We see a technicality and we're like, we don't want to put mediocrity on the airwaves. Are you kidding me? So the 49ers Report is live here on this Tuesday. And we're going to start off talking about a trade for Patrick Surtain, latest Niners injury news. You want to try to reboot that piece to see if it works once again? Up to $70 in Super Chats. We about to get to 100 before we wrap up our first segment. This is awesome. Kai Zen said, drop the PC, go Mac. See, we have all this special equipment, so it's hard to do that via a Mac. But I'm a Mac guy. Chip's a Mac guy, thankfully. We have a couple of frauds who are not Mac guys here at Chat Sports. Now, you're not a fraud if you don't use a MacBook, but I could not use a PC. I just wouldn't be able to do it. Gina typing me. Thomas P is the real one. Val Brooks, is Ayuk playing on Sunday? We're about to talk about Brandon Ayuk. The expectation, Val, is that he is going to be able to give it a go on Sunday. Tyler Bond! Oh! Tyler and Olive Oil. Olive Oil we haven't seen drop in Super Chat since our last preseason game. We're 3 games in the regular season. He's tuning in on this Tuesday, and he's dropping the hammer here. So Tyler Bond, TRB, put the initials on the helmet. I got you, bro. TRB, going on the hard hat. Put the initials on the helmet. Niners every day, chasing team. Y'all rock. Share the push-ups, my doggies. And that was a first-timer, right? I think Tyler Bond was the first-timer. I thought I saw that flash, right? Tyler Bond is a first-time Super Chatter. And then we have Byron McCants checking in with a first-time Super Chatter. Tried to send in 20, but it only allows me to sign $19.99. LFG, definitely go after Brian Burns to make that defensive line even more dominant. Brian Burns is a stud, played really well against Seattle. Guy's been getting it done in the NFL since he was drafted by Carolina out of Florida State. I love the player. I don't believe that that was the move that San Francisco had in mind when they opened up all that cap space. I think really what they want to do is carry that money over. The 20s are piling in. Are you kidding me? Christopher Miller, Rick Nyers. Christopher is a first-time Super Chatter. So that's from Byron. And then Rick Nyers had another one. Can't not get to 100 today. Need another minor helmet. Olive Oil sent in the 50. All of a sudden, we're 10 away from 200 here on the show. Byron McCants with the 20. Tried to send that 20. We read that one about Brian Burns. Things are getting so crazy and wonky right now. And then Rick and Christopher with some more Super Chats. Rick can't not get to 100 today. Need another minor helmet. Rick Nyers, he's going on the hard hat, of course. And then as I'm doing that, Christopher Miller is a first-time Super Chatter. He's going on there as well. Byron McCants gets a gold sticker to go on the minor helmet. We already have B-Dog and Olive Oil. My gosh, this is crazy right now. $10 away from 200. We're just trying to start the official show, but my gosh, we're down to keep the party going here on the Niners Report. This football team is really special right now. This channel is really special right now. Thanks to all of your support. And I guess it's a good thing we never started that first segment, right? We had that little hiccup technicality for a reason. Rick with the 10. And we get to 200. So I already did 20 push-ups. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 push-ups are owed as of right now. We might have to change that. Once we get to 100 push-ups, we just might have to do something else. I was not expecting that to happen. We could do maybe 20 jumping jacks or something. But Rick getting us to 200. Oh, my gosh. This is awesome, man. Awesome. All right. 371 people watching live. 139 likes. Continue to like the video. $200 in donations. You can't help but smile. You can't help but smile. Niner Babe with another 20. I think people are just messing with us at this point.
I don't know what's going on.
This is crazy. Rick Nyer said, all right, I'm out of here. I have to go back to work. Rick. Oh, Niner Babe. That's 120 push-ups here. Niner Babe getting another gold sticker as she continues to be a real one here on the show. Big Hurt! Another 20! This is insane! We're up to $240 in Super Chats. Big Hurt getting a gold sticker. What is happening? We might have to get producer Chip to start doing some push-ups here. Big Hurt, Niner Babe, both dropping some 20s. Faulty Cal said, you got to do every one of those push-ups. We also have a webcam, so Chip is going to be able to hopefully turn it around, and you'll see me just, getting those push-ups in. You guys will be in shape after all the push-ups from Harold. Norris Taylor, your show has turned into the HSM? What does that mean? What does that mean? Jeff Metz, why were you doing the Eagles game yesterday? Because I also cover the Eagles and all 32 teams across the NFL because my job title is an NFL analyst, and it's a great job. Just trying to do my job. That's really it. So Big Hurt with the 20. Get swole. We're getting swole here on the show. Did we show the Niner Babe one? And then the Rick Nyers? Sorry that the profile pictures aren't showing up. We have no idea what's happening. Niner Babe 75. What up, Jason, the Niner fam? And then Rick with that other 10. He said 200. Here we go. And then Rick went back to work. So, all right, as of right now, I did 20 push-ups. We have to do 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 20, 140, 140 push-ups. And then Steve Apollo sends in another 10. Oh, HSN, Home Shopping Network from Val Brooks. Okay, good stuff. So what did I say, 140? All right, I already did 20. I'm doing 20 more right now. You want to flip this around? You can just lift it up and then just angle it down. That's all you need to do. Yeah, there you go. And we'll go down here. I'm going Shuby today, by the way. That's why I'm wearing the flip-flops. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 10 more.
Woo!
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoa.
All right, so I did 40, so we have 100 left. Oh my gosh. Foxy Steady just sent in another 20. This is getting to be absolutely insane. So now we're back up to 120. We might be here for a while. We still have 3 segments to do.
Yeah, what's going on? And
oh my gosh, Wet Noodle! Wet Noodle with the 20.
Foxy is A.
Have to get on this, Chase. You're the man. Oh my gosh, this is wild.
This is insane.
San Francisco! Have a day. Have a day. All right, we have to start the official show at some point.
We got to start.
We have to start the official show at some point. So we're back up to 120, right? Remember that. Somebody remind me, 120. Stop sending in 20s. Just kidding. It's actually hilarious. All right. Are we ready to start the official show now? Larry, at your age, you should be dropping 3 sets of 50. Dude, I run every single day. My run streak is at like 130 days now. I do lift a lot, a couple times a week, but my gosh. 140 push-ups while having to talk? It's a little bit. Take a drink and hydrate from Black Mass. There you go. Yeah, it was the weigh-in too on the intro screen. Yeah. All right. The people who are watching this show, not live, are going to be like, what the hell's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. The 49ers Report faithful is showing out in big numbers. All the real ones are here. And now let's talk some Niners as we're $5 away from $300 in Super Chats. The official show starts right now. Coming up on today's San Francisco 49ers Report, going into this big and pivotal Week 4 matchup against Arizona, we're going to take a look at the latest Niners injury news, and also could one of the top-tier corners in the National Football League and Patrick Surtain be on the trade block because the Denver Broncos are so awful? All of that coming your way. First, though, San Francisco. Can we get to 91,000 subscribers before our watch party on Sunday? We'll be going live here on the show. Niners, Cardinals, Levi's Stadium. The best place to watch the game outside of being at the actual game. We're a little less than 400 people away from 91K. And if you want Niners analysis every single day, hit that subscribe button. Let's start off with the latest on Pat Surtain II. So the Denver Broncos over the weekend got boat raced by Mike McDaniel's Miami Dolphins. Final score of 70-20. Yes, that is not a misprint. 70-20. And the Denver Broncos going into this week's game against the Chicago Bears might be the worst team in the NFL, although I think it is Chicago right now. That game will certainly decide that. And the thought process here is that if the Broncos continue to tank, we have Broncos fans and even our Broncos host here at Chat Sports discussing the possibility of trading one of the top young quarterbacks in the National Football League. Now, Pat Surtain's father did play in the NFL for more than a decade. And a lot of fans are talking about a potential trade of his son because Pat Surtain took to Twitter to say this: toiling in the soil. And he said this on Sunday, shaking my head. 2, you deserve better. Now, I'll say a premium player like Pat Surtain II does deserve better than to be on a defense that surrendered 70 points, as the Miami Dolphins could not be stopped. And Mike McDaniel was like a scientist in Florida that day. He was absolutely cooking, and that offense was just hitting the Broncos with splash play after splash play, and Surtain wasn't really a big part of that because you might see that score and say, well, what was Surtain doing? Again, he's a very, very talented cornerback in this league. And as this entire conversation pertains to the Niners, a Charvarius Ward, Patrick Surtain outside cornerback duo would be elite. One of the best in the National Football League. And what that allows you to do if you're defensive coordinator Steve Wilks, you put Deommodore Lenoir in the slot, and you're really able to round out your defensive secondary. You already have the best linebacking core in the NFL. And then Talanoa Hufanga and Tashawn Gibson, excellent players at that safety spot. Of course, a lot of you are asking this: what would the asking price be for Pat Surtain? Legitimately, he's such a quality player, he might demand 2 first-round picks. But San Francisco, contrary to belief, has a lot of draft capital coming up in the 2024 NFL Draft, on top of having the most cap space in the NFL. Really, where the foundation is set here is the Jalen Ramsey trade a few years ago when he got sent from the Jacksonville Jaguars to the Los Angeles Rams. And at the time, Ramsey, one of the top cornerbacks in the game, 2 first-round picks. That was included in the deal from Los Angeles, and a 2021 fourth-round pick. That move ultimately did help the Rams and Sean McVay win the Super Bowl back in 2021. Surtain's numbers up to this point, career stats, 36 games, been an excellent player really since his rookie year. 128 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 27 pass breakups in those 36 games to go along with 6 interceptions. He has really good range, good speed, good length to him. Also, a lot of really good instincts playing on the outside, and oftentimes he's the one who is trailing the number 1 wide receiver on the opposition. His career coverage stats in those 36 games. He's allowed a completion percentage in a pass-happy league of 58.7. That's really good when targeted. Only surrendered 1,100 plus yards, 8 touchdowns, and a QB rating of 79.7. Our Broncos breakdown host, Matthew Peterson, did cook up this trade idea, and he asked me what I thought of it. And I want to ask you what you think of it. This is America. Feel free to share your opinions down in the comments section. I think this is a little bit too rich for the Niners' liking here. 2 first-round picks, 1 in 2024, 1 in 2025, and then a 2024 third-round pick. I like the player, but San Francisco's secondary has not been an issue for me this year, and I'd rather prioritize defensive line because if you generate that pass rush, you can get by with good, not great play from that secondary. And, of course, San Francisco in this trade would get Patrick Surtain II. How San Francisco is positioned right now, though, and this is why this is an interesting conversation, the Niners have more than $41 million in cap space. That's number 1 in the NFL. They might be paying premium dollars to a lot of players on this roster, but still have the most cap space in the league. Those dollar figures can roll over to 2024. San Francisco also has 6 picks in the first 4 rounds of the 2024 NFL draft. And on top of that, they could receive a 3rd, 5th, and 3 6th-round compensatory picks. So they are positioned well as we look into the future. With that, certainly an interesting conversation, an interesting idea, and an interesting rumor out there. We tee up our poll question for today's show. I want to hear from the Niner gang down below. Should the Niners trade for Patrick Surtain? Just give me a T for trade or a P for pass. Niners injury news coming up around the corner. First, though, this channel has been able to grow to unbelievable levels. We just had the best month in the history of the 49ers Report. It would not be possible if it wasn't for all of you. But also, we wouldn't be able to have this success if it wasn't for you. We wouldn't be able to bring on brand new sponsors if it wasn't for your support as well. And that's why we're so stoked to bring on Prize Picks as a new sponsor here on the Niners Report, the number 1 leader in daily fantasy sports. It's easy and exciting, and you can see for yourself at prizepicks.com/CLNS. That's prizepicks.com/CLNS. Daily fantasy sports made easy. Prize Picks, the largest independently owned daily fantasy sports platform in North America. And it is the easiest, most exciting way to play DFS. It's just you against the numbers. And we have a great deal for the faithful. If you use our link and you use the code CLNS, you get that first deposit match of up to $100. Instead of battling versus thousands of other players, including pros and sharks, all you have to do, just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. For instance, going into Sunday's game against Arizona, I like Joshua Dobbs less than 188.5 passing yards. I like Christian McCaffrey more than 86.5 rushing yards because Arizona's interior defensive line not good and their rushing defense a little bit sketchy. And I think James Conner, who's been one of the best backs in the NFL, goes less than 55.5 rushing yards. So really that game of more or less is certainly a fun one to play. What I also like about the app, quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types that make Prize Picks the number 1 daily fantasy sports app. It's the most fun I've had, winning up to 25 times my money this football season. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. We'll put that link in the comment section and in the description of this video. Prize Picks now offers Apple Pay for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Now let's round out with the latest Niners injury news here. And we, of course, have to begin with Brandon Ayuk, who did not play Thursday Night Football against the New York Giants. The good news is, was back on the practice field again on Monday, is expected to play on Sunday against Arizona. And another shout out to Niners and NFL News 24/7 on Twitter. We relayed the reporting going into Thursday Night Football that Ayuk was going to be a game time decision. This account was correct in that reporting. And then they said he's doubtful to play. They were correct in that reporting as well. Another update from that account that Ayuk is expected to be good to go against the Cardinals. Val Brooks was asking about that a little bit earlier. San Francisco opted to rest Ayuk for Thursday Night Football. Now he will have no limitations and will be a full go against Arizona. Now that's the report out there. Here's what Ayuk said on Monday about playing on Sunday. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. I can't wait to go out there and just make a play. I felt it from a different perspective. And Deebo Samuel even said, I miss not having my boy on the field. And speaking of Deebo, hopefully these two are on the field together come Sunday against Arizona, because the Cardinals are going to pose a very challenging and feisty test for San Francisco. Deebo, on the other hand, did not practice on Monday due to his sore ribs when he fell on the football late in that game in the second half against the New York Giants. Kyle Shanahan did say that Deebo is day-to-day, and you look at what he did against the G-Men without the services of Ayuk. He was just critical in that game, and he looked to be every bit of the 2021 All-Pro that we saw 2 seasons ago. Targeted 12 times by Brock Purdy, 6 catches, 129 yards. The 27-yard pitch and catch on the back shoulder ball from Purdy to Deebo was a thing of beauty. Average yards per catch, 21.5 with that aforementioned touchdown. And Deebo was so tremendous at picking up yards after the catch. The Yak King was yakking. And I'm not talking about the yak after a long college party. The real ones know from back in the day. As for other Niners injury news items, you got Deebo Samuel dealing with that rib injury. Dre Greenlaw also day-to-day with that ankle injury. Ambry Thomas, we'll see, with that knee injury. Demetrius Flanagan-Fowles dealing with a little bit of an ankle ailment. And then Jawan Jennings during Monday's practice was seen on the side field. So San Francisco, for going into week 4, relatively healthy. Hopefully they'll be at least close to 100% at that wide receiver spot. Hopefully Greenlaw's going to be able to play, because the hammer that he brings on the defensive side of the ball every single week certainly is special. Another reminder, we're 3 weeks in. We've done 3 watch parties. You think that we're stopping now? No chance. NFL Week 4 coming at you in a blink, and we're going to be back live on the airways for our Niners-Cardinals watch party, Super Chat giveaways, live play-by-play, audience interaction, and we're on the road to getting that silver plaque from YouTube. Once we get to 100,000 subscribers, we got to get to 91K first. For anybody who wants to reach out, Twitter, Instagram, Gump Wolf, Black Mask, I chop it up with them all of the time because there's some real ones. Hit me up at Chase_Senior. Same handle on both platforms. Look forward to hearing from the faithful. All right, good stuff here. 500 people watching live. We have 120 push-ups left to do, as I've already done a bunch. I think we've done 60 so far. Another reminder, join us, Niners-Cardinals watch party. It's going to be a huge NFC West game right here live on the Niners Report. Kickoff is set for 4:25 p.m. Eastern, 1:25 for those of you on the West Coast. Junior C, average Niner fan, Gina, Val, Felipe, Papa Cho, Mr. C, Matthias, Javars, all in the chat right now, pacing things. I'm going to knock out 20 more push-ups here to get us down to 100 here. So 20 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Down to 100. Down to 100. Coming up next, we're going to preview this game. Niners-Cardinals, Sunday. Going to be a really good one. I'm pumped for it. Gump Wolf, hi Chase and Faithful. Gump Wolf, you missed a crazy start to the show. And it kind of happened just out of nowhere. We popped up the Super Chat menu. I said $20 for 20 push-ups, and everybody was like, 20, 20, 20, 20. Olive Oil comes in with the 50 and a 20. He's our Super Chat MVP so far. It's a great Tuesday to be alive here on the Niners Report. Gina G saying, hi, Gump Wolf. Richard from Inland Empire, 909. I saw some people in the chat a little bit earlier tuned in from overseas, Great Britain, across the pond. Let's go. Let's go. All right, next segment here, as we're 5 likes away from 200, hit that thumbs up icon, like the video. We're going to do our preview for Niners-Cardinals NFL Week 4. We can't start that segment until we get 3 more likes to get to 200. 909, hell yeah, bro. You already know, brother. All right, past 200 likes. Let's preview this game. NFC West rivalry game coming up on Sunday at Levi's. So NFL Week 4 is here, and for the San Francisco 49ers on their schedule, a big test awaits against the Arizona Cardinals. And coming up on today's show, we're going to preview this game at Levi's Stadium. First, though, make sure you join us on Sunday for another watch party. It's going to be an absolute blast. Live play-by-play, audience interaction, Super Chat giveaways. We're going to do our 50-50 raffle once again on Venmo, and we're going to decide it with something different than a duck race. We're going to introduce new animals. See what I'm talking about on Sunday? That's why you hit that subscribe button. So everybody watching the program right now, I want you to get juiced up. Because after the Niners defeated the New York Giants on Thursday Night Football, we thought that the Niners were going to go seamlessly into this 10-day break, a little mini bye, and they were going to be able to stop the Arizona Cardinals. And this game wasn't going to be much of a test. But after Arizona at home was able to take down the Dallas Cowboys pretty convincingly by 12 points, this game immediately became one of the more interesting matchups on the Week 4 slate. And it especially has implications in the NFC West and in the NFC because Arizona could very easily be 3-0 this season. How are the Cardinals able to beat the Cowboys? Well, Joshua Dobbs sprung free for a 40-plus yard run. You had James Conner rushing 14 times for 98 yards. The Cardinals as a team, they tore apart Dallas's defense, running for 222 yards on the afternoon. And under Jonathan Gannon, this is a team that is sneakily pretty feisty here. And you look at the Week 4 betting odds, even though Arizona did take down a team that a lot of people were saying was the number 1 team in the NFL, what a joke. It's the Dallas Cowboys. San Francisco getting a lot of credit here from the odds makers. They are still 2 touchdown favorites against Arizona. So the odds makers believe that San Francisco is the far superior team, which they are, and this might not be much of a game. The over-under at 44, and you could kind of look at this in a couple of different ways. Arizona has been a tough team that has been able to cover the spread as underdogs the first 3 weeks, and they could keep this game close, or coming off that high of Jonathan Gannon winning his first game as an NFL head coach, they're going to come crashing down to reality, and the talent pool for San Francisco is going to be too much to bear. As for how Arizona won that game, though, they ran 30 times for 222 yards, 7.5 yards per carry, and 2 touchdowns. Dallas might allow that. San Francisco is not going to let that fly. James Conner, as I mentioned, was really, really good. The Cardinals in that game, and so far this season, they've been a physical football team. The Cardinals keeping it close in each of their matchups so far, 3-0 against the spread as underdogs. They could easily be 3-0, as I stated, and the early returns on Jonathan Gannon, pretty damn good. He was the Eagles' defensive coordinator, and then the Eagles' offensive coordinator, Shane Steichen, now the coach of the Indianapolis Colts. The early returns on him, pretty good as well. And we talk about those feisty Redbirds. 20-16 loss on the road Week 1 against the Commanders. They could have easily won that game at FedEx Field. Week 2, they were up 20-0 against the New York Giants. They pitched a shutout in that first half, and then they called for the tank, I believe, in that second half, and the Giants came back. But then in Week 3, kind of all came together, and they were able to take down the Cowboys in the upset of the weekend, 28-16. As for the Niners, we know that this team is rolling right now, and I know that everybody is obsessed with the Miami Dolphins. 70 points against the Denver Broncos, week 1 against the Chargers. They couldn't be stopped. I think the jury is still out on Miami, and we saw how Miami played against the Niners last year. That was the game that Garoppolo got hurt. Brock Purdy comes in, and that defense was all over Tua Tagovailoa. And while they're putting up a bunch of points, do they have the overall all-around team that the Niners do? I don't think so. And in these games so far, you've seen the Niners be dominant in a couple of different ways. Running it, passing it, and then defensively against the aerial attack, they haven't given up a lot of explosive plays. They've been very good against the ground game as well. When I scout Arizona going into Sunday's matchup, what's interesting here, we talked about Arizona rushing for 222 yards against Dallas. They're actually number 6 in rushing yards per game among the 32 teams in the NFL, number 3 in rushing DVOA. James Conner is averaging more than 5 yards per carry, very physical back who 2 years ago in 2021 led the NFL in touchdowns for non-quarterbacks. And Josh Dobbs, who Arizona traded for right before the season, he's playing quarterback because Kyler Murray coming off that torn ACL. He's not throwing it a bunch, but when he is, he's making good decisions with the football. He's been accurate, completing 72% of his passes, 2 touchdowns, no picks. More on Arizona here. Where I think the Niners can win this matchup is with their interior defensive line. Javon Hargrave, what a signing he's been. He leads all defensive tackles in the NFL in quarterback pressures for interior defensive linemen, and the interior offensive line for the Cardinals is not good. Arizona is running a 3-4 defense under Jonathan Gannon. They do like to get aggressive, sometimes have that stand-up pass rusher, so you have to be aware of that. Colton McKivitz might get tested again at right tackle. And I think the Niners here, you can't afford to have a trap game. And after Arizona beat Dallas, you have to start to take them seriously, and you have to know that these two teams know each other well. Regardless of the record, it's a divisional game, and you have to anticipate this could be a tough and physical matchup. With that, we propose our question of the day. Get those predictions in. Who you got? ARI for the Arizona Cardinals, SF for the San Francisco 49ers. I think the Niners, from my prediction, they win this game by a final score of 31-17. Before we continue to break this game down, Prize Picks is a brand new sponsor on board with us here at Chat Sports and on the Niners Report, the best app for easy and exciting daily fantasy, and you get a 100% deposit match at prizepicks.com/CLNS. Let's tell you more about what this app exactly has to offer. Daily fantasy made easy. Pick 2+ players. Choose them to go more or less than their projected stat total. And this is an app that has really been able to change my life. And I love using it every single Sunday, but also for multiple sports too. I've been playing it for a while. I have no idea why I waited so long. And when you use that code CLNS, first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discounts select player projections up to 25% to provide even more value. And Prize Picks now offers Apple Pay for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Instead of battling versus thousands of other players, including pros and sharks, you just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. Going into Sunday, these are some of my selections. I like Joshua Dobbs to go under 188.5 passing yards. I'm going less there, less for Josh Dobbs, 188.5 passing yards. I'm going more than Christian McCaffrey, 86.5 rushing yards. I'm going to go less James Conner, 55.5 rushing yards. And there are picks for all types of games and all types of players that you can find on the app as well. That link's going to be available for you down in the comment section as well as in the description of this video. Prize Picks, the most fun I've had, winning up to 25 times my money this football season. Prize Picks offers weekly promotions that can lead to those big payouts that I talked about. One more time, prizepicks.com/CLNS. Link is hanging out down in the chat. Now, of course, with this game, NFC West Standings, you have to take a look at that to see how teams are faring so far in this division. Los Angeles Rams crashing down to earth a little bit. Back-to-back losses to San Francisco and to the Cincinnati Bengals on Monday Night Football after that surprise win Week 1 against Seattle. You have the Cardinals tied with the Rams at 1-2. Seahawks back-to-back victories. Week 2 on the road against Detroit. And then Week 3 outlasting the Carolina Panthers. And then the 49ers here 3-0 atop the NFC West. An important statistical figure that I think certainly displays the Niners' dominance here is point differential. Miami, they just put up 70 points, and they won by 50, right? So their point differential already going to be higher than anybody else. It's at plus 59. Surprisingly, even though the Buffalo Bills lost Week 1 to the New York Jets, they have a point differential of 56. They blew out the Commies this past weekend. San Francisco, easy victories, able to cover the spread, plus 48. Dallas plus 48, and then the Cleveland Browns. Jim Schwartz, their new defensive coordinator, has been excellent for that team. Niners-Browns in a few weeks, going to be a sneaky good matchup as we look ahead. And when you canvass the league right now, I think the Niners are the best all-around team in football. They can hit you in a variety of ways. Running it with Christian McCaffrey, throwing it to Brandon Ayuk, Deebo Samuel, George Kittle. Defensively, stout against the run, very good against the pass, and because of that, the Niners are number 1 in Super Bowl odds after Week 3 going into Week 4. Plus 550 are the odds for the Niners to win the Super Bowl. Chiefs at plus 600, Eagles at 7-1 odds, Bills at 9-1, and then the Dolphins at 9-1. I gave you my score prediction a little bit earlier. Now in the comments section, I want you to predict the score of this NFC West game on Sunday. Arizona on the road against San Francisco. And now let's segue to this. My keys to the game. Arizona's success. Number 6 in rushing yards per game this year is running the football. So you have to stop the Cardinals' run game. You do that, you stack the box, and you force Josh Dobbs to beat you. I don't think Dobbs is going to be able to beat you if he's trying to sling the rock. Number 2, send pressure and blitz pressure up the middle. Don't be surprised if Steve Wilks does more of what he did in Week 3. We saw a lot of 5-man fronts and a lot of blitzes. And if I see Fred Warner, Talanoa Hufanga getting blitzed up the middle, Steve Wilks knows that the interior of that Cardinals offensive line is not good, and that's how you can alter this game. No trap game mindset is another key. San Francisco cannot expect to just roll over Arizona here. I understand that the Niners are feeling themselves. They have not lost a regular season game since October 23rd of 2022. They're rolling. But Arizona, they can beat you if you don't bring your A game. I also want to see San Francisco run right at Arizona because the interior of their defensive line is not all that good. And frankly, I thought that the Dallas Cowboys got a little bit too cute and finesse with their game plan. And then number 5, Brock Purdy needs to be a little bit more crisp. I know that Brock Purdy has been excellent targeting the intermediate area of the field, 10 to 19 yards. Pass plays of 10 plus. Highest quarterback rating in the NFL. But can you imagine what this offense can look like if he hits a couple more of those throws that he should be able to make? It could be scary hours for the rest of the league. Round out with the Niners injury report here. Deebo Samuel, ribs. Dre Greenlaw, ankle. Both of those players day to day. We'll see as the week progresses what goes on with Ambry Thomas dealing with that knee injury. Demetrius Flanagan fouls, backup linebacker, good special teamer with an ankle. And then Jawan Jennings seen on Monday on the side field. The expectation is that he's going to be able to play. And then Brandon Ayuk did return to practice on Monday as well. By all accounts, he's expected to play on Sunday as well. Another reminder, join us Sunday, Niners-Cardinals watch party, this massive NFC West game. Subscribe, turn on those notifications, and we'll see you come game time. All right, 2 segments down. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out on this Tuesday. It's been a blast so far. One more segment left to get to with almost 500 people watching live. We're up to $297 in Super Chats. We have 100 push-ups to go. 100 push-ups to go. Predict the score of Cardinals-Niners in the chat right now. And coming up next Is Brock Purdy a top 5 or 10 quarterback in the league? We're going to explore that, and I'll reveal my quarterback rankings that I put together for the show today.
Speaking of score prediction, I'm going to go 14-point favorites for the Niners. I'm going to say they win, but not quite by 14. I don't think they cover. I'm going to go a little odd score here.
Okay.
Let's go 32-20. Win by 12. 32-20.
All right. I like it. 32-20. Yeah, I think that they're going to – a 14-point line is a lot. So Olive Oil did send in that 50 a little bit earlier, and I said if we got that 50, I was going to do a Toby Willis helmet bong. So that's what I was just getting ready to do here. So here we go. This is for Olive Oil.
Chug, 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 chug. Woo!
Bang, bang, Niner gang.
What a helmet. Oh!
Let's go.
How much do the whole segment in that helmet?
Oh, the whole segment in that? That
whole
would be
segment
hilarious.
in the helmet. 300 and he'll do it. No.
Let's do this. I mean, we have one segment left to get to. If, is that AG1 in the funnel? No, it's not. Otherwise, it would have been green. If we get, I'll answer 10 questions in the helmet. If we get to, let's see, where are we at? 297. If we get to $400 in Super Chats, I'll answer 10 questions with the helmet on. That's what we'll do if we get the $400 in Super Chats. As for what we're doing next, as I teased a little bit, where does Brock Purdy rank among all quarterbacks in the NFL right now? I'm excited to reveal my rankings with where I have Brock Purdy, and I'm excited to have this conversation here. So we're up to $297 in Supers, one segment left, and then if we get to 400 in donations, yeah, I'll answer 10 questions with the helmet on. That's what we'll do. Gina G, sometimes Mike Florio gets on my nerves. The dude is just weird. He's like, I don't think people like Brock Purdy because Purdy is too close to Turdy. It's like, dude, are we in elementary school with this analysis here? Like, what are we talking about? Oh! San Francisco! Olive Oil gets us to 400. Start getting those questions in right now. We're going to answer 10 of them as I wear the helmet after our final segment. Oh, my goodness. What were we doing for the final preseason game that people thought was the Chiefs champ, but we were doing it for Olive Oil? And we can kind of revise it to Olive Oh, man. Olive Oil.
What a beast.
Super Chat MVP. You want to give him an L3? Olive Oil, Super Chat MVP.
Oh, yeah.
For today's show. This show just got wild out of nowhere. Olive Oil. Throwing up the hearts just like Debo is in his profile picture. He's already won 2 of our Super Chat giveaways.
That's crazy.
This year. And they both came in the preseason.
Got to win one in the regular season, Olive Oil.
All right, we have 100 push-ups to do. I'm going to do 20 more right now. All right, so I'll count these out here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So 80 left. 80 left.
Light work for you, though. Light work for you.
Yeah, this is a lot of work for me. $400 in supers, olive oil. I love DP's question. Olive oil. Do you have an olive orchard? Seems like it, doesn't it? Oh, man. All right. There it is. Super Chat MVP. Olive oil. Olive oil. Absolutely DP from olive oil. If you have some great olive oil, I love cooking with olive oil. Olive oil is gas. Wow, what a day. What a day. All right, let's talk Purdy here. Kai Zen, Chase, you can skip the gym for a day. Oh, I'm running after this. I'm putting in some miles tonight. I can't wait. How much to gritty from Matt Keller? How about this? A 20? And that takes away from the push-ups and I'll do the gritty instead? And then we have to do 60 push-ups? What do we think about that? I'll do the gritty for 20, Matt Keller.
A 20 for a gritty. That's a deal right there.
20 for a gritty? In my flip-flops? We'll do it. We'll do it. So 10 questions, rapid fire. We're going to answer them in the helmet here. Olive oil! Again! Bang! Bang! Niner gang! Here's your gritty. Here's your gritty. Ah, just like Justin Jefferson, right?
Even better.
There's my gritty. Matthew Keller!
Oh!
All right, I'll do another one.
Hey! Hey!
Hey!
Hey!
Gritty. DP said do it for 20 seconds. I'll do that. I'll do it for 20 seconds. Let's see.
They want to see the feet. Hold on. Let me get you on this
Oh,
cam.
man, this is going to be
brutal. People want to see the feet.
See, I got to be careful because I have this cord from the headphones here. Here, hold up. We'll do it for 20 seconds. Hey, look at this. Hoi, 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 hoi. Oh, my gosh. This is unbelievable. Matt, we can't play the song, otherwise YouTube will try to take our YouTube channel down. Oh, man. All right. We want to do this Purdy segment. Yours is better than Mike Gesicki. Hey, both white boys doing some bad gritties. Never a dull day on the Niners report here. KD Cuts, Val Brooks. ATG said, yeah, Chase, don't ever do that again. Hey, we're just providing laughs here. Oh, man. All right. Do we have, I think we have everybody caught up on the gold stickers. Foxy Steady, I'll actually add you. Wet Noodle 187. We'll get you on there. Who else? Steve Apollo. Big Hurt, I already got. All right, yeah, now we're all caught up. Yes. So we'll talk Purdy, and then we'll answer those 10 questions rapid fire in the Toby Willis Niner helmet here. Matthias, what is the gritty? That's the touchdown dance that Justin Jefferson does every time, and it's the dance that I was attempting to do just now. All right, We're talking Brock Purdy next, and then we'll take your questions. And what do we have? 60 push-ups left after the gritty? Yeah. So we'll still do 60 push-ups. We'll still owe 60 push-ups after this. All right, let's do it. Talking Brock Purdy. Where does he rank among all starting quarterbacks? Let's talk about it here. Another loaded show coming your way on today's San Francisco 49ers Report, and it's all presented by Manscaped. Join the 9 million men who trust Manscaped with their best and most elite men's grooming products. And in the process, if you use our link and our promo code, manscaped.com/49ers, promo code 49ers, you get 20% off and free shipping. So on today's show, where does Brock Purdy rank among all quarterbacks in the National Football League? And as part of that conversation, is he a top 5 quarterback right now, or is he a top 10 quarterback? Now, the reason for this conversation, we're going to explain it. First, though, we do want to pop up our poll question. Where does Purdy rank among all 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL? I'm going to reveal my top 10 quarterbacks and see where Purdy ranks. But I want you to list where you think Purdy is down in the chat right now. So why we're discussing this, let's get into it here. So Purdy is yet to lose a regular season game. He's 8-0 as a regular season starter. He's also won 2 playoff games as well. So 10-1 if you include the loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in which he got knocked out in the NFC Championship game. And former NFL wide receiver Nate Burleson said that Brock Purdy right now might be a top 5 to 10 quarterback in this league. And ever since Purdy took over for Jimmy Garoppolo, the San Francisco 49ers have averaged 30 points per game with him as the starter. And you look at the numbers that he's been able to put up so far, 3-0 this year in 2023, completing 67% of his passes. That's top half in the league. He's thrown 4 touchdowns, no picks, a couple of interceptable passes for sure, and at some point, those bounces aren't always going to go his way, but for now, 4 tutties and a clean sheet as far as the interceptions go. 9 yards per attempt, average yards per game, and a running offense, not bad at 245. In these specific statistical categories, this is where Purdy lies among all quarterbacks in the league. Completion percentage, 13th. Yards per attempt, number 2, behind Tua Tagovailoa. Quarterback rating, 4th. QBR, 2nd. Expected points added, 8th. And points average per pass attempt, 5th. And how about these numbers from Purdy, too, that I tweeted out on my Twitter page? Feel free to give me a follow at Chase_Senior. Purdy on throws of 10-plus yards this year actually has the highest passer rating in the NFL at 157. He's 22 of 29 of throws 10-plus yards, 401 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Pretty damn good. Now, before I get into my specific quarterback rankings and where I think Purdy falls among some of the best in the game, here is my guide for the perfect quarterback. This is what I look for in a quarterback if I was running a front office. And as we go through this list, I want you to kind of take some mental notes of how many boxes Purdy is able to check here. I'm looking for a good team leader. Brock Purdy was voted team captain for a reason. I can't have my quarterbacks get rattled, and I need them to be mentally tough. The CCC there, cool, calm, and collected. What I've seen from Purdy, he doesn't get rattled. The moment doesn't seem to be too much. In fact, I love the swagger that he has. And then you switch gears to him being accurate. I think for the most part, Brock Purdy is a pretty accurate thrower of the football, 13th among all quarterbacks in completion percentage. Last year, he was hovering around 67% as well, and I think that he can even get a little bit better in that area. I want my quarterbacks to process fast. If you're hesitant in pulling the trigger and you're double clutching, wide receivers who are open are going to be covered. Tight ends who had some space are not going to have any space. What looked to be a clean pocket all of a sudden becomes a muddy pocket and you get sacked. That was some of the issues that I had with Trey Lance. He was hesitant in pulling the trigger. With Purdy, that's not the case. You need to be able to throw a touch. How many times have we seen Brock Purdy now layer footballs into that second level? He does it seamlessly. You have to have pocket feel and mobility. Purdy has that, and he's able to make improvisational plays and get creative with making plays out of structure. A level of escapability is not needed. Tom Brady, Joe Montana, they weren't crazy athletes, but if you have it, that's always a bonus. So too is arm strength as a bonus. And when quarterbacks make mistakes, I want to see quarterbacks take accountability for their flaws, for their weaknesses, and for their failures. And Purdy missed those 3 deep shots against the Los Angeles Rams. What did he say after that game? I take accountability. I got to make those throws. Going back to what Nate Burleson said, we did discuss this on Monday's show. You have Brock Purdy, he said, who has survived quarterbacks in San Francisco, and he's beat them out. Jimmy Garoppolo, Trey Lance. This young man has it. I don't care what anybody says. Remember when Jimmy Garoppolo was winning and we said, oh, he's a winner. Show him some respect. You know what? Show Brock Purdy some damn respect. This man hasn't lost a game as a starter. The only one was when he tore his UCL in the NFC Championship game. And I know he's not doing it alone, but this guy is legit. I'm talking about top 10, maybe even a top 5 quarterback right now. So on the other side, I'm going to reveal my top quarterback rankings to see where Purdy is. First, though, if you think Purdy is a legit quarterback in this league, and you believe that he's the guy for this franchise, I want you to hit that thumbs up icon and like the video. If you don't think that Purdy is legit and you're still not sold, I want you to explain your reasoning and I want you to comment why. As for what we're getting into next, this took me some time and I really had to look at some numbers, but I rank my top quarterbacks right now going into NFL Week 4. Where is Purdy? We'll reveal that. First, though, as I mentioned off the top of the show, today's 49ers Report is presented by Manscaped. It is fresh ball fall, and you need to be in the festive spirit. Light a candle, get some pumpkin spice, and make sure your balls look nice with the sponsor of our show, Manscaped. And also, you get 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com/49ers, promo code 49ers. Nature may clear the leaves of their trees, but you'll need Manscaped's help to get you ready for that sweater weather. Get your pants puppies prepared for cuffing season with the trim as refreshing as a fall breeze by using that link down below. By now, you've heard of Manscaped, but it's time to join the 9 million men worldwide using Manscaped. And get the kit that covers it all. We're talking about the Performance Package 4.0. Bring in the fall right and get the best deal that Manscaped has ever offered. 20% off and free shipping by using that code 49ers. They also have beard products out there for the bearded men. And as the leaves fall, make sure you have it all with Manscaped. We're going to put that link in the comment section as well as in the description of this video. The Performance Package 4.0 can't beat the price, can't beat the products. Lawnmower 4.0, nose hair trimmer, boxer briefs, all comes in the travel case with crop preserver and ball deodorant. Check it out for yourself using that link. So without further ado, my quarterback rankings. Got to go with Patrick Mahomes as number 1. He's a cyborg right now and makes some of the best plays and throws that I've ever seen. And the guy is coming off a Super Bowl championship in which in that second half, he was excellent against Philadelphia. He only had 1 incompletion and it came on a throwaway. At number 2, it's the guy who's made it to back-to-back AFC championship games in Joe Burrow. I think these quarterbacks have been able to set themselves apart with winning a Super Bowl and 2 of them for Mahomes, and then Joe Burrow kind of carrying what's been a non-special team and able to make it to a Super Bowl and then an AFC championship game. At number 3, this is just because of the ability here, and I think that Brandon Staley, the head coach for the Chargers, has held Justin Herbert back. But when it comes down to arm talent, he's right up there with Patrick Mahomes as well as Josh Allen. Speaking of Josh Allen, he comes in at number 4 for me. And really what this list comes down to, talent, winning games, ability, leadership, intangibles, all of the things that I talked about earlier with what I want in a quarterback. The contract is obviously important too, but all of these quarterbacks are getting paid big-time dollars. So too is my guy at number 5, and that's Jalen Hurts. He's in my 5th spot. So right now, my top 5 quarterbacks in the NFL, Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, and Jalen Hurts. This is where things start to get a little bit closely contested here. Tua Tagovailoa is having a great season for the Miami Dolphins. And if the season were to end after 3 weeks, he's probably going to be the MVP. I've never been a big Tua guy, but he gets rid of the ball quickly. He throws with anticipation, and right now, he's playing at another level. Like McDaniel helping him for sure, but you got to give credit to the player. Trevor Lawrence at number 7. Up to this point, I think the Jacksonville Jaguars have been very disappointing. But from a size, arm strength, leadership, what he did at Clemson, what he's shown so far at the NFL level, if you're starting your franchise, you'd be hard-pressed to find a lot of other quarterbacks who are better, younger, with more potential and talent than Trevor Lawrence. This is a little bit shaky for me, but Lamar Jackson already became, the youngest MVP ever in the history of the NFL. He's an underrated thrower of the football. He has a lot of accolades to his name. And while he hasn't really gotten it done too much in the postseason, only one postseason victory to his name, the ability and the talent of Lamar Jackson is really special. So those are 8 quarterbacks. And coming in at number 9 for me, it's Brock Purdy. I think right now with how he's playing and how he's been playing for a long time, I understand he has Kyle Shanahan calling the plays. I know that Brock Purdy has a great supporting cast, but the eye test tells me that right now he is playing like a top 10 quarterback. So for me, he slots in at number 9. And he comes in at number 9 ahead of Kirk Cousins. Now, a lot of you might say Deshaun Watson. He hasn't played good football in a couple of years. That's because he missed all of 2021, but still, last year when he came back, this year, he hasn't shown me anything. All right? You want to talk about Dak Prescott? Led the league in interceptions last year, and I don't think that he's a guy who you want to hitch your wagon to, making the price tag that he's making right now and earning. So Brock Purdy, for me, the number 9 quarterback in the NFL. Now, Purdy's salary here is also important to note because Purdy is making less than $1 million this year. So that makes him very valuable. If Purdy's making $40 million, that's the issue I have with Dak. He needs a good complementary cast around him. He can't really lift up his teammates. But right now, Purdy, he's maybe the best bargain deal where you're getting great value for the price that you're paying him across the NFL. Again, I know that Kyle Shanahan and the playmakers help, but you still have to be accurate. You still have to throw with anticipation. You still got to have that swag level. You still got to be able to bring your team back and make some throws and deliver the football. And what I've seen from Purdy, I've been very impressed. So, grade my quarterback rankings list. I gave you the top 10 there, A, B, C, D, or F. You can praise me. You can rip me down in the comment section either way. If you think I have Purdy too high or too low, you let me know down in the chat. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for daily Niners videos. And as always, we appreciate you for watching. Good stuff. Grade my quarterbacks list. Daywalker, A. Foxy, A. Edward, A. Hey, Toby, you missed me doing a beer bong out of the helmet a little bit earlier, and I'm going to answer 10 questions rapid fire because we got past $400 in Super Chats wearing the helmet here. Ken, B. Val, C. I appreciate the honesty. Kenny, A. Clemente, C. Ray Rogers, B. Julian, A. Nostradamus, B-. Mises Lee, B. Battle for Garp, A. Gina, B. Felipe, A. And Antonio, A. Average Niner fan, B-. Be honest with me. All right, we're going to run through 10 questions here, rapid fire mode, in our Toby Willis helmet because we got past $400 thanks to Olive Oil just being an absolute legend here. So let's start off here with Hunter Ray. Is Deebo Samuel playing on Sunday as well as Brandon Ayuk? Deebo is day-to-day right now, did not practice on Monday. Brandon Ayuk is expected to play. He did practice on Monday. That's question number 1. Question number 2, Greg Smith. Hi, Chase. Did you hear what Mike Florio said about Brock Purdy? Niners win against the Cardinals 30-7. Thank you for that score prediction. I did hear what Mike Florio said, and it's just weird. Like, people don't like Brock Purdy. They're not giving him credit because his last name is close to Turdy. It's like, dude, is that supposed to be an elementary school joke because it's not really funny to me. That's question number 2. Question number 3, Daywalker. Why was Bosa's sack not a safety? It very well could have been, but they stopped the forward progress before he went into the end zone. Question number 4, Chua Lore. Should the Niners draft an offensive lineman out of Duke? Out of Duke specifically, I'm not really sure. Duke had that great week 1 win against Clemson. Should they and do they need to draft an offensive lineman? I think that would be very, very smart for San Francisco. What'd you say? Those are all the questions that came in? All right. So I'm off the hook. Now I got to do those push-ups. Olive oil, you're a legend. So what do we got? 60, right? I keep forgetting. 60 push-ups. All right, I'll do 20 right now. Or I guess I'll try to knock out as many as I can. What a wild and incredible day.
What an awesome
on the 49ers report. We did have El Grill come in with the $2 super chat. We won't forget to pop that up. So 60 push-ups left to get to. Let's see how many we can knock out right now. I've already done, I think, 100 on the day.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, we'll count it.
I held it I held it down low a little bit. All right, 20 more, and then I'll be off the hook here. Aya Fordries for Denmark. Arizona has the only Danish player in the NFL, Hjalti Froholt, at center. Love the guy, but for this game, hope he gets destroyed. Not a question, but that's the Danish fact of the day. Aya Fordries for Denmark. Appreciate that, bro. Hope all is well, man. Good to see you back in the chat. Yeah, the interior of that Cardinals offensive line is not great. So that is an area that San Francisco can exploit. El Grillo. $2. Purdy rhymes with turdy. Unacceptable. It's just so weird, man. Like, I'm not sure if he was joking or if that's his actual take because it just wasn't funny. Like, was he expecting or thinking that he was funny with that? I have no idea. No idea. All right, 20 more push-ups we got to do, and then we'll sign off here.
You've done how many today? Do we know?
It's been a lot. Edward Willis, there he is. Yeah, I've definitely done, that was 40. I did 40 earlier. Yeah, well over 100. Whew. Edward Willis. I'm at work. I missed the beer chug. Can you do another one? What are the Niners going to do about their cap space? So they could roll it over. They could use it for a Brandon Ayuk, Talanoa Hufanga contract extension. They could use some of that money for Nick Bosa. There are a couple of different things that the Niners can do with $41+ million. Like, you don't have to spend it right now. Or what they could do, if there's a clear weakness, a clear question mark that they have on this roster, they can use the money this year to pick up a player via a trade. So there's a couple of different things that they can do. Can I do another beer chug? How about this? Oh, we actually just got the 450 with Toby Willis's 10. All right, I have a little bit of a happy dad left in my Niner mug. So We'll just beer bong this out of the helmet for Toby.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then we'll sign off after I do those 20 push-ups. Helmet's going back on.
How many sacks for Bosa Sunday?
How many sacks for Bosa? I'm going to go 2. Let's go 2 sacks. I predicted 2 against the Giants. He got 1. So I'm going to still stick with 2. He's got to break out at some point.
Tyler Bond, does Shanahan win Coach of the Year with a Niners Super Bowl win? I believe Coach of the Year is voted on before
the Super Bowl.
Before the Super Bowl, so it's just a regular season award.
All right, this is for Toby. The owner previously of this helmet, then he gave it to us because he's a guy.
Chug, 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 chug in the helmet. Looking like a 49ers astronaut.
Ugh. Antonio, I'm an incline guy. They suit me perfectly. Push-ups are the best high. Push-ups are good, man. I did last year I did like a 300-day running streak, and I did a 100-day push-up challenge where I did 100 push-ups per day for 100 days. I kind of want to try that again. All right, here we go. Last set of 20 push-ups. All right, here we go. Ugh.
Here we go. Ooh, 1. Or is that 2?
This is 2.
2.
3 coming up.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
This might be the most push-ups I've ever done in a day. I'm not even kidding.
I mean, you're close to 200.
Yeah, 200 during the live. Hey, so we have fun, and we get swole. Gotta love it.
Gotta love it.
All right, $452 in Super Chats on a Tuesday. Things just got weird. What are you saying, Davo? IFR Dries, Danish NFL trivia, named the only Danish NFL Hall of Famer. Hint, he's a kicker. I have no idea. Who is it? Oh, the New Orleans kicker? Is it the dude with the club foot back in the day? Let's see. Morton Anderson, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Nicknamed the Great Dane, a Danish former football place kicker who I believe had the club, right?
I think so.
Did he have the club? Or was that somebody else? It may not have been him, actually. But he was a lefty. There was another Saints kicker who had the club foot.
I don't know.
Yeah, I forget. All right, we're signing off. Thanks to everybody who tuned in today. A blast here on the San Francisco 49ers Report. We did 3 segments. We probably did 200 push-ups, a couple of beer bongs out of the helmet, taking questions out of the Toby Willis helmet. A lot of fun. Back on Thursday with another live show. For Chip, I'm Chase. For the faithful, we out. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.